You you on that stuff? You took them gas station pills? What the fuck was that? What up, it's your boy Dvrth back again from another video. Today we're here with Chainsaw Man episode 9. Last episode was probably the best episode out of all of Chainsaw Man that we've seen so far. It was incredible and it was shocking, and it took, at least it took me by complete surprise, as I'm sure it took a lot of other anime onlys by complete surprise as well, because nigga, everybody died. Everybody died. I mean, like, damn near everybody died. Now, I mean, a couple people we can count on coming back, right? In which um, we kind of talked about during the discussion that a couple people are destined to come back, or at least they should come back, right? Which is one, Denji, who, I mean, he's the main character. Now you could kill the main character and it could be something incredible, and you could be like, oh my god, they killed Denji, oh that's so crazy. But Denji's most likely coming back, mostly because of whatever healing factor he has as a devil, or whatever you classify Denji as. I who else got killed? Makima got killed, but I expect her to come back as well. Also, because we also talked about in the discussion, Makima was most likely a devil. That's something that's been kind of apparent for a while in this show. While it's not really spoken of, whether it's in the show or in our discussion, it's kind of, yeah, she's a devil. Either a devil or somebody that has a contract with the devil, but she wouldn't come back if she had a contract with the devil, so she's most likely a devil. Kobene, I think, got shot. Well, they didn't show Kobene getting shot, so hopefully Kobe is all good. I think the Arai, I think his name, I think he got shot. Himeno died. I think that's a cemented death right there, unfortunately. And Aki is injured. There was a fuck ton of stuff just going on in that last episode, that if I tried to like recap everything, this intro would be like 10-20 minutes long. But I am hoping that we at least get a counterattack in this next episode, because that is what we desperately need, whether it's from the people who I expect to come back to life, or one of the people to survive, or a combination of both. Point being, I have no idea where this show goes from here. I never really knew where this show was going, because this show is so hectic and crazy that it's hard to really tell. But we're gonna get into it. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all the other stuff. If you're just a lurker, I appreciate you too. If you have any requests, whether it be more Chainsaw Man or something totally different, the best place to send that in is always my social media links, gonna be in the description below. And if you want these episodes early, or not early, Jesus fucking Christ, if you want the full length reaction to these episodes, you can subscribe to my Patreon. Link's going to be in the description below. I say this all the time, but Chainsaw Man is very hard to edit for. It's one of the very few shows that we're watching, or that we have watched, that is just really hard to edit for, because there's so much shit, i.e. last episode, that's hard to cut everything out. But I try my best. We also have a Discord if you want to join that as well. My fan is on right now because it's hot as hell in my room. If you hear it, or if it's somewhere in the background you can hear it, I'm sorry, but I'm not suffering heat stroke over this. So we're gonna hop straight into it. Yeah, let's get our headphones. Make sure they're on. Them bitches is on, and let's just get into it. Why would you show me this again? Yeah, bro, why would you show me this again? Bro, I really wish we didn't lose Himeno. He's just like, leave. Jesus Christ, that's wild. That is wild. Lost my dog, bro. That's so crazy. Himino, Denji, Makima, Kobene. Well, all these are potential, but oh, the fiend ran dog. Shit. Oh! You know what it is? You don't know shit. So they really want Pochi to, huh? I love bad guys, you know? Nobody gives me any shit when I carve them up. Yes! Bro, I love this song. Oh my god, I love this OST, bro. Give it to me! Yes! Yes! Oh my god. Oh my. Well, there goes Denji. Of course, Denji wasn't gonna die. You know, like I said, one because he's the main character. Two because he's a devil. It's gonna take a little bit more than getting shot in the head. You're gonna have to do a little bit more to kill him. Here's the thing. Since Denji's up, that basically means that Makima is definitely gonna be up too. Which will probably be all the confirmation I need to be like, yeah, she's definitely a devil. And I'm excited for that because Makima is actually one of the most interesting characters in the show, if not the most interesting character in the show, mostly because of the kind of person that she at least portrays to be, right? It kind of reminds me if you haven't seen Vinland Saga, I'm sorry, but it reminds me of Halfdan or whatever his name is, because I remember him saying something like, "Yo, the best thing that looks like the only thing that looks good on like a human is like a chain, right?" And he had this air of like manipulation of people and stuff that kind of reminds me of Makima. We'll talk about it in the discussion. Well, see, I'm in this bitch. You must have forgot. Must have confused me with some other bitch. He threw it? Bro. Pussy, what the fuck wrong with you? Hell no. Oh shit. Ah, you bitch. Oh, you slut. Oh my god. Ooh, he got the fucking people's elbow. Bro, that guy is an extra. He will kill him. That guy's an extra. He's gonna kill you and that guy. Well, not kill you, but he's gonna kill that guy. I think he's charging. Oh. Oh. So what do they like? What are you classified as? Because you're a devil, but like. Oh no! All right, not like that. Oh fuck! Oh wow! Oh! Oh no! Come on, no fucking way, bro. There's no way she's actually dead. Is she really dead? Devil. I fucking knew it. Devil. I don't know what kind of devil she is, but devil. Oh my god.
死体があるから片付けさせて。会食は中止。これは返り血。
Oh my
私
god.
は撃たれなかった。
Oh my god. What the fuck happened to holes in them? What the fuck? She just punched him in the chest?
今から行っても間に合わないだろうね。おそ
Okay.
らく敵の目的はデンジ君だ。ここで対応しよう。近くにあるできるだけ標高が高い神社を一つ貸し切って。
What are we doing?
あと私の着替えもお願いします。
Okay. Oh my god. they put a lot of detail in her ass.
すぐに行きます。
Can we get like some type of hint as to what the fuck you are? The fucking torn off half? The fuck's going on? What? You on that stuff? You took them gas station pills? What the fuck was that? Oh my god! What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck is that? What demon is this?
Mishima Shuzo と言いなさい。
Wait, she's controlling these people's bodies? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
井上隆と言いなさい。
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh! Oh my god. She's the gravity devil? No. She's manipulating. Hang on. Jesus fucking Christ. That's the devil. Oh my god. Oh my god. I get it. I get it. Oh my god, everything just clicked. I get it. I get it. That was, oh my god. Oh, we have so much to talk about. We have so much to talk about. She did that from all the way over there? Bullshit power, yeah. What the fuck is going on? What now? More people exploding? What's going on? Toby! Oh my god. Oh, alright, you fucking G. No wonder you look so fucking plain. You were meant to die. Oh, she's gonna kill you. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Whoa. Oh, she's nasty. Oh. Oh my. Bro, she's disgusting. Holy fuck. Oh my god. Kobene haters, eat your fucking heart out. Well, you know, I was ahead of the curve. I knew that she was best girl from the moment I saw her.
殺そうとしてごめんね。殺そうとしてごめんって。なんだそれ。
Oh my god, that's why she's nasty. She has the screws loose.
ダメだ。ハイになっちゃってる。
Oh man. Oh my god. Nah, she's different. She's different. All right, come on, bro. No way. Oh man.
この仕事してたらおかしくなる。
Dude.
コベネの先輩に会ったらやめるって言おう。
Oh, dude. Nobody tell her. Fuck it. Nobody tell her.
まどかくん、生きててよかった。得意科はどれくらい生きてる？
得意1課、2課、3課、4課、ともに銃撃に遭い、人外以外はほとんど全員死にました。上から通達です。人員不足のため、得意1課、2課、3課、
Oh man. So we're all just one big team now.
得意4課をマキマさんの指揮下に置きます。
Oh, dude. I don't. Something about that smile
何？
just don't.
僕の辞表です。最後に教えてください。マキマさんは今回の事態をどこまで想定していましたか？
無事情を教えられないな。
Oh, damn.
まどかくん、今まで
Damn.
これ渡しておく。
Should have asked before you quit, buddy. Then again, if you asked before you quit and you knew that information, she'd probably kill you. Something about that smile just doesn't seem right. It just, I don't know. It seems like a mask.
残念。東京は美味しいお店がたくさんあるのに。
Whoa. Oh, dude. Oh, come on. Whoa. Ooh. Whoa. Ooh, the instrumentation on this one is crazy. Whoa. Aiming. Yeah. This is so hard. What the fuck? Oh my god. Ooh. Boy, she can sing. I ain't about to lie to you. She can. The fuck was that? Oh, that's playlist. That's playlist easily, easily playlist. And it's not even close to being off from play. It's playlist. That's crazy. Dear God. Well, we have a lot to talk about. Let's start with the beginning. The fight between the sword devil or whatever this guy is, and Denji as a chainsaw man was really well choreographed, even though it seemed it pretty much was a minor fight. It wasn't like a huge set piece fight, like, oh, this is the main battle. Like, no, this was just like these this was like just these two having their first little skirmish. What is to be pointed out outside, or what's to be pointed out outside of just the how good the fight looked, is when the two goons came in and they, you know, they were like, oh yeah, bro, we shooting that nigga, right? Then, you know, they pop a couple shots at him, but Denji grabs one of them, and I'm immediately like, yo, they don't give a fuck about that guy. He is an extra. That's a lackey. We don't care if that guy lives. Of course, he's going to cut through you for, like, if that means they get what they want, right? And immediately that's what happens. The thing is to point out from that is that I don't think he didn't care because he was just a grunt. I think he didn't care because that guy was human. That guy had no like contracts. He wasn't like some hybrid devil thing like Denji was. He wasn't a devil, he wasn't anything other than just human. I think the reason why that guy was thrown to the wolves, outside of him just being a grunt, was that he was human. And it seems like whatever faction is going on here, as we've talked about in the last discussion, and this just kind of reaffirms it, whatever faction is like kind of put into motion here, whatever faction is at play here, their ideologies and their what's the word I'm looking for? Their ideologies, wants, and their desires, just in general, their desires are catered towards devils and or the hybrid things that Denji and this other sword devil guy is, right? So I'm not 100% sure what the overarching plan is for them, and I'm not going to get back into it because we talked quite a bit about it in the last discussion. I don't want to rehash it, but it is something to keep in mind, that is what that's what's going on. That's what's probably going on, at least, right? Also, it seems I want to point this out real quick, is that when the girl that has like the snake, the snake devil, I guess that's what he is, or it could be something else because it seemed like it was made of arms or something. But it seems like the snake devil, or the Ouroboros devil girl, whatever she is, did something very smart. Actually, I didn't think about the question came to mind before, whenever we were introduced to Aki's devil, with like him having the contract with the fox devil. He was like, oh yeah, I give up a little bit of my blood or whatever, and other devils being, or other devil contracts being like, oh yeah, I gave up my eye or something like that, whatever. And she seems to do something just as smart as what Aki does, which is she gave up her fingernail, which is, it's smart because it's something like, if you're going to contract something that, or at least this is how I would do it, if you're on a contract something to a devil that will disappear when it's used, you want something that is going to eventually either grow back, materialize back, or is just going to be regenerated in some way. For Aki, I think he said that he offers up part of his blood, and then eventually it's his body or something like that. If somebody knows like what exactly he said, because I don't feel like going back, you can correct me in the comments. But that's smart because blood replenishes. Now if you use too much, you're dead, but blood does replenish. And the girl here does kind of the same smart thing, which is, oh, I just I offered up my fingernail. I just offer up fingernails, and depending on what exactly this girl is, she may not completely be human. In fact, I would venture to assume that she isn't. So her fingernails probably grow back quicker than the average bear, I guess you could say. So that's cool. That was cool. Really liked the fight. Really liked this introduction to these like new this new faction of characters, which seem to be pretty competent. But outside of that, I think we should start talking about the real elephant in the room. Makima got back up. Now, as we talked about in the last discussion, it is not a huge surprise. It's not the plot twist of a century. Makima's a devil. Who could have fucking guessed? What I could have never guessed that Makima was a devil. No, she acted like it. She acted like it. She seemed to exude that devil like feeling that I got from Denji, you know, that off kind of feeling that you got from a lot of devils, such as like, or since Power is a fiend, but like Power being a fiend, Denji being a hybrid, whatever, and other devils that we've seen so far. She kind of just exuded that. And plus, when we've seen many of times where like somebody like Power was scared of Makima, Power being a fairly strong fiend, right? And Makima, as far as the viewer is supposed to know, just a regular human. So immediately you're kind of like, well, why is she scared of Makima? You know, does she have like some type of, like, maybe she has a contract with the devil that is, I don't know. And this is before we even learned about contracts, so we couldn't even guess that. But it's kind of just like implied that Makima is a devil of some sort, right? Now, what this now kind of bring the conversation that this brings to the table is, and me personally, I feel like it was shown on full display, but what kind of devil is Makima? And this is where the meat and potatoes of this discussion is, right? What kind of devil is Makima? We've seen her use her powers in this show, or in this episode, and at first I was like, oh, gravity devil, that's actually kind of scary. That's really strong, right? But there's something about Makima that has always been at the forefront of her character, and I think not even I think, like I touched on it during the OP. It's the reason why I find Makima so interesting, is because she reminds me of one of my favorite quotes from Vinland Saga that came from Halfdan, which is the whole thing of men only look. I need to look this up. I'm sorry. I gotta look this quote up. Give me a sec. This is like Halfdan quote. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, here it is. I found it. What does it say? Chains are the only type of necklace that looks good on a human. Not gold, not silver, an iron chain. A chain around a man's neck is the only way to make him half decent. That quote resonated with me whenever I saw Makima in this show, and it's because of her constant manipulation of everybody around her. Like we've said time and time again, she is a master of manipulation. It is ingrained in her character. It is ingrained in the very fiber of her being. It is what she is. And I mean that literally. It seems to me that is what she is. She is the personification of manipulation. And when we see her actually use her power and or abilities, whatever, in this episode, she seems to literally be like controlling the bodies of these people, as long as she like knew somebody else like said their name or something like that. However that works. But what we've seen, is that she would crush her hand or twist her hand or something, and these people would simply die. what it looked like was almost like a little girl playing with her dolls, or like her little Barbie doll or something like that, and finally got tired of one of her toys and was like, and now I break you, right? She seemed to be like the puppeteer, of each of these people. Once again, bringing back the half done quote, where it's like chains are the only thing that looks good on humans. And that is a very dark and disturbed way to look at people when you are somebody of higher status. When you are the hierarchy, when you are above most, if not all, people that are at least in your, vicinity, your pool, your little pond, that is a ideal that you could possibly have, right? So when it comes to Makima and her being this manipulative kind of being and exuding that in her person, yeah, that's the devil that she is. That is quite literally the devil that she is. She's the manipulation devil or whatever. She's like crushing people's bodies and like, oh, now I got control of your neck and it snapped. That's what she is. That's the devil that she is. And it's constantly like, we thought it was just her character. We thought it was just her character, but think about like a couple episodes ago, we basically said that concepts can be devils. When we met the Eternity Devil, we learned that concepts can be devils, and Makima is no different. She just took the form of a woman, and it is really fucking scary. It is really fucking scary. She is one of the scariest devils, because loss of someone's freedom, being controlled, being a slave to somebody, being manipulated by somebody, yeah, that's something that every human being is afraid of. The loss of freedom is one of the most primal and innate fears that a human could have. It is claustrophobic, it is suffocating, and it is all encompassing when it comes to what humans are afraid of. So it's no surprise how powerful Makima is. But then that begs the question, why has Makima set herself up in the situation that she's in, right? And I don't mean like the situation that she is currently in. I mean like being in the position that she's in the place of hierarchy that she's in. Why is she setting herself up in that way, right? And there's plenty of reasons in theories that we can come up with, but one of the things that came up in my mind is that she's in a place of power, but with that power she could do a lot more. But instead of taking over the public safety whatever agency, whatever they are, or taking over anything else, what she tends to do instead, and this is said directly from her own bosses, is they say, oh, by the way, how are your experiments going? Like how are your little dogs going, right? The experiments that you're raising. And I think that's That's what Makima is locked onto. The experiments that she is that she has going on, right? The human experience being Denji, Aki, and other, power and others like that, right? Now, the reason why I bring this up is because I'm sorry, we're doing a lot of backtracking in this discussion, but I think that this is kind of how the story is trying to tell itself, or at least the story's trying to like kind of unveil itself to the viewer. The reason why I bring this back is that, or bring this up, is that we know that she has a like a fixation on Denji. She has a very strong fixation on Denji, right? Or at least an interest in Denji. And as far as we know, the only interest that she has in Denji is to see Denji like grow stronger in a lot of ways. She kind of explains this in the car with Aki, where she's like imagine what a chainsaw demon could do, right? And for the type of devil that Makima seems to be, that seems to be like the antithesis of what she would want. She wouldn't want to raise a devil up to be the strongest devil. Why would she want that? As strong as a devil Makima is, why would she want to raise another devil up to be even stronger? Because that, once again, that's the antithesis of what she is. She's the manipulation, or fucking, I don't, they haven't given an actual, they haven't even revealed that she's a devil, but she is. She's a devil. She's the manipulation devil or whatever. Like, why would she want that? That seems to not be what her end goal would be, right? But the more I think about it, the more it makes sense. And it made more sense when the guy, or I don't know his name, Sakamoto or something, when the guy at the end was like, hey, by the way, we're having a merger, everybody's going under one umbrella, and you're going to be the leader of Squad 4 or whatever the fuck it was called, like, in appointing her as the top of that specific pyramid. And she has no reaction to that. Zero reaction to that. In fact, her only reaction to that is to smile. Not like a oh wow kind of growing on your face kind of smile, where like you get good news and you're like, oh wow, I can't believe that they would do, wow, that's such great, wow, No, not that type of smile. But it's this stagnant and static and unchanging smile that just sits there on her face, kind of like a mask. And why would you need to wear a smile as a mask if not to not show other people what you're really feeling? That is the primary function of a mask, is to hide one's real face. So if this smile, and we can look at this smile as a mask, we now know that her real feelings, what she's really feeling, is not happiness, it's not accomplishment, it's not fulfillment. What I think that Makima is actually feeling in this moment is frustration. We have throughout this show shown that devils can have their own lives. They have their own free will, they have their own wants, dreams, and everything else, right? In a lot of ways, devils are kind of like humans, just with superpowers. That's almost what a lot of them are. Specifically with Makima and Denji, they just seem to be humans with superpowers. But if we were to treat devils such as humans, and you know how humans would feel about themselves and stuff like that, it's not out of the realm of possibility because that we know that a lot of humans are born and don't exactly like the way that they are born. So it's not out of the realm of possibility to say that that same thing can apply to a devil. Just because Makima is the manipulation control devil, or what else would you call her? The fucking motherfucking whatever, you know, the whatever kind of devil she is. Just because Makima is that manipulation devil doesn't mean that she wanted to be that. That doesn't mean that she likes what she is. And for her to be in that situation, or that position of power, and for her to have that mask on, and at the end when you know she's reminiscing on food or some like very trivial thing outside of, you know, being the squad leader, we don't see her face. The camera's pointing from behind Makima, which, may I add, is probably her best side. But the point is that the camera is not pointing at Makima's face. The camera is obscuring her face. Even when she turns around and you should be able to see it, the camera's still obscuring her face. Further showing that there is an emotion that she's feeling that is different from what she displays to other people. And in that moment of talking about, you know, that trivial thing, she may have been content. She may not have needed that mask right there. Now, what was I about to say? Now, furthermore on Makima, I hate that this is probably too much of a Makima centric discussion, but dear guy, I listen, Makima is probably the most interesting character in the show. And at least to me personally, like, and it's not because she has a fucking ass on her, but Makima is just simply a really interesting character. But for me, I have to now think about why the experiments. Why try to raise Denji up to be the strongest fucking devil that the world's ever seen? Or at least that's what it seems like she's trying to do. Why do that? What's the end goal? But in a lot of ways, that in itself might be the end goal. It's just that simple, right? It may, and I think this is something that happens in a lot of shows, right? Where the answer that you're looking for is way more simple than what you actually think it is. And I think this show is no different, is that the answer is a lot more simple than what you're thinking it is, right? You could be like, oh, it's world domination. You know, it's the fucking the aristocrats, you know, it could be I'm trying to take down the bourgeoisie and raise up the proletariat. No. I'm trying to fucking rip a hole into space-time so I can go see my parents again. No, not that. I'm trying to become Hokage. No. No, not that. What if it's as simple as creating the strongest devil so she doesn't have to be? What if it's not? What if it's not world domination? What if it's not world domination? What if it's just to have a friend? In that sense, listen, I know a lot of people, if you made it this far into the discussion, I know a whole lot of people was like, what the fuck on with that shit? Hear me out. Hear me out before you click off the video and you're like, oh, this nigga about to start talking about the power of friendship and shit. Hear me out. Makima has lived however long she has lived, because we don't really know much about devils in like how long do they live, do they age the same way, and you know, for however long Makima has existed. And if we are to believe that Makima at least eventually got tired of being who she is, or was born hating who she is, however devils are born, which is a whole nother thing to get into, because there's some logistic things that I want to get into when it comes to devils. But if I were to get into that, this video would be way too fucking long. My videos are already way too fucking long, and if we got into that, dear God, that's video essay type shit, right? But if we are to assume that Makima has either always hated what she was, or eventually started hating what she was, why wouldn't she just want somebody to at least create somebody who is on the same level as her? What if she just wants a companion? We know from Makima. Makima said it herself. And at first I took it as like, oh, she manipulating the fuck out of him. Oh, she doing that, nigga. And I still believe that, right? Whenever Makima was went through the whole intimacy thing with Denji and stuff like that, and you know, saying like, you know, you have to get to know somebody and like all this other stuff, you know, like you have to come closer as people to like truly enjoy, you know, sex and stuff like that. If we were to take that at face value, right, and not just say, oh, she's trying to manipulate him, which she was, but where did that come from is the question. Sure, that manipulation on 2000, she has complete control over Denji in that moment. That she could have said, Denji, break your goddamn nose, and Denji would have asked, how fucking hard, right? But what if some of that actually came from a genuine place? What if Makima truly believes that people need to truly embrace one another in order to like come closer, to truly experience intimacy? People have to understand like what the little intricacies in those people, how long their fingers are is their face warm, like are their earlobes cold, all this other shit, right? If we are to take all of that if we were to take all that at face value and say that she was legit about that, someone who is the type of devil that she is not going to experience that. She could know what that is by simply wanting that. But think about it in this way. In like a 9 to 5 job, are you going to understand the CEO on like a spiritual level? Are you going to understand that CEO from like a very close knit level the same way that Makima was explaining it in that moment, you wouldn't. You don't, because that person is so fucking high up on that totem pole that you would never fucking know what that person is like. And here's the reverse. That person would never fucking, not just you, but that person would never know what anybody would be like. And in Makima's situation, it's kind of like that, where she, because of the nature of who she is, she probably can't understand people the way that she would like to. The moment, was it episode 5? The moment of intimacy thing with Makima, intimacy 101 with Makima, it wasn't just manipulating Denji. It wasn't just something that came from the heart from Makima. It was Makima's literal wants and needs. That's her desire. That was the end goal right there. She gave it to us right there. She's like, oh, this is exactly what I want. This is exactly what I want, and I'm telling this to you now, because that is it. It's sad. It's sad, actually. Now that I think about it, it's damn. I'm wearing a Tomie shirt while talking. That's crazy. That works out perfectly. Hey, if you ain't read Tomie, bro, you missing out, nigga. If you ain't read Tomie and you like Makima, bro, you missing out. Hey, I didn't even notice how well that. Yeah, that's cold. But yeah, it's actually really sad now that I think about it. That it's very possible that Makima's entire plan is just, I want a friend, you know what I'm saying? And that sounds stupid. I understand that does sound stupid, but like I said, the answer is usually super simple. I would hate to get off on a tangent on a discussion that's already long, but one of my favorite games, right, is virtue something 9. It's like 999 or whatever the fuck that shit is. It's from long ass time ago, right? And there's like a playthrough of it that I watch damn near every year religiously, right? And spoilers for the game, if you don't want to be spoiled. It's not really a spoiler, I guess, but whatever. These characters go through a fuck ton of shit, and at the end, the reason why the person that put them through all of this did it is simply because that person wanted to see faces, and he just so happened to have some type of sickness or disease or disorder that made it to where he wasn't able to see faces. That was it. That was the whole thing. He was like, bro, I just want to see other people's faces, and that's why I killed all y'all. Like, simple as fuck. And a fuck ton of shit that could have been avoided is happening because of it. But the answer is so simple most of the time, and I say all that just to say, like, that can be applied to a lot of other shows, anime, whatever. The answer is usually simple, especially when it comes to a person or somebody who is trying to be a person. Humans are usually very simple, and this is no different. So we can extrapolate the same thing from Makima here. So yeah, Makima, dumb interesting, and also kind of dummy thick too. I ain't gonna lie. Bitch, there were some prime ass shots from Makima. But yeah, it was she is a super interesting character, and now knowing that she's a devil, that is even, I mean, I say now knowing she's a devil as if I'm pretty sure, like, let's be real, Let's anime only to anime only. Manga readers, stay out of this one. We knew she was a devil. Let's be real. We knew it wasn't even a question. We knew she was a devil, right? It was obvious, right? It was obvious, right? Was it obvious? It was obvious. But yeah. Really love that character. That we still have more to talk about. Well, not that much, but we still have a little bit more to talk about. We got some prime best girl action here. Kobene, aka Kobe, showed us that Mamba mentality, and it looked amazing. I was enamored with how well everything flowed in that scene, but also how badass they made Kobene look, and just how badass Kobene actually is, right? And we know that because she has a couple screws loose. We have made it a huge, like, staple of the show to say you don't need to be strong in this show. You just need to be crazy. And Kobene, as much as she was like very like crying all the time, she's being a baby about stuff and all this other shit, and she's just being all spazzy and anxiety ridden and stuff like that. And what people kind of misjudged about her is that people think that crazy only looks like what Denji is doing, right? The maniacal laughter and the manic movements and all this other shit, right? The unreasonable behavior. That's what people think that having a couple screw loose specifically looks like. When in a lot of ways it looks very different from that. Sometimes it looks like Aki, who, yeah, has a couple screw loose to want to chase after the gun devil, and genuinely want to kill it, and like the type of person that Aki is, being so stoic and stone cold and stuff like that. That can classify as having a couple screws loose. And so does all that pent up anxiety that Kobene has. That also classifies as having a couple screws loose. I like this because the idea of somebody going crazy or something like that is so diversified in this show. We talked a lot about how like a lot of the characters are suffering from aspects of like a mental health issue or just a full-blown mental health like issue in general, or just certain things like that. But each and every aspect and appearance of somebody going through something mentally was shown in a different light. And the same thing was with Kobene, where it wasn't something super cool like, oh my god, she's maniacally laughing, wow, so edgy and cool. Like yeah, sometimes it looks like that, and that does look cool, but sometimes it manifests itself into somebody just breaking down, crying all the time and screaming and being scared. Yeah, that also classifies as having a couple screws loose. That also classifies that as somebody being a little crazy, right? So when we see this extreme from Kobene, I can see why a lot. And let's be real, I seen a lot of people say that they did not like Kobene. Like I said, I try to stay away from like anime Twitter outside of like your, if you see my Twitter, you know what it looked like. But follow me on Twitter if you like anime ass. But outside of all that, I try to stay away from discussion of like anime on Twitter, mostly because not a lot of smart discussions happening there, but also just because I don't want to be spoiled or anything like that. But one thing I did see is that there is a fuck ton of Kobene hate, and I don't know why anime Twitter like hates characters that cry a lot, but then love characters that are like always angry or like super evil or like always doing like I don't get it. Like it's just another emotion, and I like that this show kind of shows you that yeah, it's just another emotion and it still counts as her being really fucking strong. So I do like how this anime like subtly breaks the mold for a lot of character tropes and stuff like that. And this is just another way that they've done it. And it's masterful. It's masterful. I love it. It's great. And of course Kobene is best girl. So so why wouldn't I enjoy a fantastic scene of her being extremely nimble? And I think Himeno even said that she's like, oh, she's got the moves, she's just always crying, you know. So that was cool as well. Lastly, and I say lastly as we are, dear God, a very long ways away from the beginning of this discussion, but lastly, it seems like the main objective for this faction group, whatever they are, it seems like the main objective right now is to retrieve Denji's heart. Now we know that Denji's heart is Pochita. Like that is what it like that. Denji basically doesn't have a heart anymore. His heart is Pochita. Now, this, for me at least, means a couple things, right? Either, well, no, it doesn't even mean a couple things. It means like pretty much one thing that could mean a couple things, right? Is that Denji's heart is important because Pochita's merger with Denji is very different from anything that anybody else has seen. I think when a character, like when you have a contract with a devil, right, you gain something out, like you both gain something, right? You gain the devil's power, and the devil gains like a piece of you, like whether it's your blood, fingernails, eye, arm, whole body, whatever, right? The devil gains something from you. The difference between, at least as far as we know as the viewer, the difference between what we know is to be generally accepted and understood for devil contracts and what happened with Pochita and Denji is that Pochita's devil contract, if you want to even call it a devil contract, was leagues, and I mean leagues, more generous than anything we've seen so far in this show. And I think it may be that generosity that they are seeking, or either the generosity that kicked off what we are, like what we're to understand about what makes this thing that Pochita and Denji have become so special. What's interesting about this is that what they're seeking is the perfect unity between a devil and a human. And as far as we know, or as far as I'm guessing, is that this faction aren't technically human, right? At least they aren't anymore, right? And what it seems like they're trying to do, is we've talked about before, and I've said I'm not going to get into that again because I don't want to rehash it. And this is, you know, what it seems to me is that they want to gain some sort of freedom from public safety, or just, you know, whatever, right? They want to gain some sort of freedom, but that freedom is mostly only achieve with unity, not by killing, even though that's what they're doing, but it's usually only achieved with unity. And as much as it's probably not specifically like them going, oh, we need to get Denji's heart to, and then show the world at the top of the highest mountain and be like, this is what unity is, and y'all should stop killing us. You know, it's probably not that, but what it means is more than what they're actually trying to do, at least for me, right? Them trying to grasp that unity in order to gain their freedom is something that I think makes a lot of sense for their group. Like I said, Pochita's contract was so kind. It was just like, hey, bro, I will literally give you my entire body and my life, basically, even though Pochi is technically still living, if I can just see your dream. What Pochita basically said in that situation was, I will make a contract with you, and the only clause is that you go out and be happy. That's the only clause in the contract. There is no like, I take your fucking left nut. No, there's none of that. It's just go out there and be happy. That's it. I think what makes Pochita special, at least for right now, as far as we know, is the sheer kindness that he was showing Denji in that moment. And pretty much as far as they've known each other, I'm gonna guess, because they've been together for a while, you know, so there's a unity there that I think that the faction is trying to gain, and as we've said before, we don't exactly know where the Gun Devil is, but as far as we know, the Gun Devil probably wants to be left alone, because seeing from the millions, or the 1.2 million people, 1.5 million people that died, that wasn't done by an attack or anything. It was just done by him moving, meaning that he probably just wants to be left alone somewhere, and this faction might just be the only thing that'll keep him from, you know, that'll give him that peace of mind, I guess. So really interesting stuff here. Really interesting stuff here. I really like where this show's going. And why there's like 12 episodes, huh? I think this is a 12 episode season, which sucks because that means that we're almost to the end. But a lot of in-game shit is happening for at least season 1. But it's all exciting. Really great episode. Really enjoyed this. Really enjoying this show as well, as you can see. So with all that being said, I guess that's the end of that. I think we've talked about pretty much everything that I want to, or at least that I have time for, I guess. So with all that being said, if you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all the other stuff. If you're just a lurker, I appreciate you too. If you have any requests, whether it be more Chainsaw Man or something totally different, the best place to send that in is always my social media. Links going to be in the description below. And if you want these episodes early, subscribe to my Patreon. Links going to be in the description below for that as well. Oh, not early, Jesus fucking Christ. The full length reaction, Jesus fucking Christ. Links going to be in the description for that as well. We also have Patreon, or not Patreon, we also have Discord if you want to talk more Chainsaw Man or anything else that we're watching on the channel. So with all that being said, let me get my off button ready. There it is. Y'all stay amazing, stay safe, and take care of yourselves.